Hey, Pasa Rasa. You know, I haven't done a garden video in a while, so I thought I'd give you an update. You know, we really haven't done anything in the garden, and the greenhouse was destroyed, so we had to make a new enclosure for Squirtle. So we do got some things going on for gardening, but mostly all the plants are volunteer, and as you know, at the beginning of the season I was growing tomatoes and peppers, but I ended up in the hospital, and you know, we all have children that leave the gate open. So my son was helping me out, and I appreciate his help. And he accidentally left the gate open, and the chickens got out, and they destroyed most of my hardy vegetables, my tomatoes, and my peppers. But you know, that gave me a chance to sit back, relax, do some other videos. And since this is all entertainment and we're always in the garden of life, I've been showcasing you guys some fashion, some, the chicken has his head stuck on trying to get out of the chicken coop, so I'm gonna have to take a brief stop in this video, and we're gonna have to go let the chickens out. So as I was saying, you know, it gave me a chance to sit back and relax, show you guys different parts of entertainment. And you know, education costs money, and I'm not real educated, and it's hard for me to read and comprehend what's going on. So I learn more by watching YouTube and mimicking what they do. So this is how this all came about: building greenhouses, doing ponds, permaculture, allowing nature to do its job, no pesticides. Then it turned out to being healthy, so no preservatives. The less somebody touches your food, the better and the happier you're gonna be, because of no process. So those are my 3 P's: no process, no preservatives, and no pesticides. So without further ado, I gotta let these ladies out because they are going crazy. Susie! Susie Q! I'm running late today, so they're really ready to jump out. And every day I keep this clean, and this is what I do. And that allows the chicken poop to land on the wood chips and helps it to break down in a faster process. It heats it up. It's nitrogen. And if you guys have been watching my videos, underneath there is where they lay their eggs. So that's filled with straw down there. There's wood chips here. And this last one is one of the baby chickens that I got this year. So we have baby chickens as well. And those 2 on that end are the baby chickens. So pecking order, they're always getting picked on. And these are the big mama chickens. So yeah, a lot of things have been going on. My blue subbunkin and my koi got eaten up by a skunk. So I got really depressed about that. Life, you know, I honored life so much, and I love my fish so much. So it hurt me that the skunk got away with that, but you know, nature will be selective and take out the weak. They just do what they naturally do. So my corn had died, and I planted this late in the season just so I could get some seed going for next year. So like I was saying, we didn't do very much in the gardening this year. And my corn ended up dying, peppers died, tomatoes died. So we do have volunteers. And the volunteers that we have are, we still got some corn left as you see back there. We got pumpkins, we got watermelon, we got squash, we got tomatoes, we do got some peppers. If you see my YouTube short the other day, we did a nice haul on carrots, peppers, tomatoes, something else, but cucumbers, I think. So, and the baby chickens got into the cucumbers too the other day. The baby chickens are out of control. But without further ado, let me show you some of the plants that we got going on. That's one of our big sunflowers. And you guys know we like our pollinators. So we got the barrage going. And look down here, we got some tomatoes. Ooh, doggy. There ain't nothing beats breakfast in the morning, straight out the garden. No pesticides, no preservatives, and no process except for my hands. Right here is pumpkin, and if you just look right here, we got grapes growing, and they're all the way in there. They're all over. Look at that bad boy. And we do successional gardening, and when we do successional gardening, I planted some more seeds. So there's some lettuce that's starting to come up right now, all the way down. And as you can see, that pumpkin is still going. But you know, if we take some of these off right here, ooh, look at the bee napping. I don't want to mess with the bee. Oh, they're taking a pollen. Look at that. Look at that bee going to work. Nothing beats seeing life at work. This is why we don't use pesticides, because these guys are dying off in a fast rate because people are spraying pesticides all over. And we don't want to be losing our pollinators. So we haven't used pesticides in about 5 years. And if you come down here, you guys can see we have a pumpkin going orange already down there. If I can get him. Oh, there he is. So, from the grapes to the pumpkins to our carrots. This is where our carrots are growing. We're always planting seeds. There's no time to stop planting over here. And if you know, sunflower seeds are pollinators, and they take out the toxins that are inside of the soil. So we grow sunflower seeds all around to pull those chemicals out of the ground. Look how long that grapevine, and it goes around. We'll be taking you on a tour. So we got some slim pickings right here, and we got some celery, and we use it whenever we're roasting anything in the oven. And look at these beautiful flowers. We love our pollinators. Companion planting is just amazing, and you know, I probably am not doing it right, but we got a tomato plant that's in the middle right there. And look at these morning glories. They're just growing all around from the center of this. So let's look at these tomatoes real quick. growing right around this beautiful flower. And let's go over here to our right, and we have broccoli. And I mean, look at that broccoli. Sorry, there was a mosquito. West Nile has killed one person so far. And as you guys know, that comfrey is a nitrogen fixer, and it's starting to go to seed. So we're going to have more of this nitrogen all over. Look at the beet just growing in the middle of the carrots, the broccoli. Look at that pumpkin vine that goes all the way down there. As we come this way, everything's just growing all together. I'm telling you, it's tomato season. I mean, yum. Mmm. We pulled those peppers, and we're already getting more flowers here. And you guys see I'm busy all the time. I mean, the gardening just takes care of itself in a permaculture lifestyle. Everything just growing together, and it feeds the system in a singularity process. Look at my herb. And that basil, we're going to trim it up, and we're going to propagate some of them so we can spread it around again. Once we get that greenhouse up, it's going to be amazing. So we're lining out strawberries here, and we did plant some other things, and they're starting to pop up right now. So we'll see how this works out. These are cabbages, I believe. You know, I just throw seeds in, and they just grow. I really don't know what I'm doing. Mushrooms are a great detoxifier for the soil. And you know, the animals that are here, they know better than to touch the bad mushrooms and the good mushrooms. They're a lot smarter than I am. And I don't think we give them enough credit. But as you can see, I got Cosmos, Barrage, all built in there with the strawberries. And what that does is it builds that singularity process where they can all help each other. The comfrey is a nitrogen fixer. The flowers are pollinators. The strawberries are my fruit. And I tell you, I've been eating strawberries all year round. It's just non-stop with that. And we got here in our tower of power. As you've seen the other videos, we were growing stuff in there. This is what's left. Look at this little beauty. Tell me in the comments if you guys know what this plant is. It helps you to relax. And we keep going on. And we got more breakfast. Good morning, Colorado. This is what you call a 303 tomato. The flavor is so much different than your store-bought tomatoes. And look at these strawberries. And yes, I do have weeds, but I'm not out here pulling weeds because this system does not allow it. Mother Nature wants to fill this area with a plant. So what I did is I planted some other plants here, and the strawberries are spreaders, so they keep spreading. They keep giving me strawberries all year round. And now look at these ones. These are cucumbers. Like I said, I'm always planting, and there's always pollinators in my garden. And they're doing their job all the time, so I don't have to do mine. And when we spray pesticides and we kill these guys, we're not just doing that, we're also killing our amazing soil. Because this soil right here is built up of all organic matter and wood chips and chicken poop and cow poop too, I must admit. But it feeds the microorganisms, and the microorganisms are feeding us, and they're feeding the plants, and they're taking care of the planet. So you want soil health. And I guess that's your lesson of the day. But yes, pollinators love the sunflowers as well. And people are like, oh dude, you're gonna get stung. They're my friends. And you know what? They take care of me, and they know that I give them a place to be. This is a safe haven for all insects, birds, soil, all carbon-based organisms. So this year, this is catnip, and boy, look at these buds. The cats go crazy. That's their medicine, and they love it. They said that you can do companion planting with the tomatoes, so let's dig in to that. So I did throw seeds over here, and the baby chickens didn't get to them because they were running wild out here, and I'd like them to be all organic, free roaming, in their natural habitat. So I let the chickens run, and I normally will allow them to run more. As I speak, they escaped. Them little suckers. Look, well, there's one of them. Oh, I think that one's Nuggy. Yo, Nuggy, get out of the garden. That's right. So, you know, let's just jump back into it. I don't know where I was at, but as you can see, we got strawberries growing. And these guys will be ready in a couple of days. And, you know, people were complaining, oh, I got grasshoppers. I got to spray pesticides. We don't spray pesticides. You know, when you have a natural permaculture environment, the natural pests take care of the bad pest. And the grasshoppers don't live back here. Everybody, my neighbors next door, everybody, oh, we got grasshopper infestation. When you do companion planting, diversity is the key. When you have diversity, the good takes over the bad. So they say to do companion planting on tomatoes. So they said that you can use catnip. So I planted this catnip in here, and like I said, look at this weed. I mean, I'm not out here gardening at all. I'm just harvesting breakfast. So they say that this plant will take care of this plant and not allow the pests, like grasshoppers, to come and take over. And these are my secrets. And yes, I'm sharing them with you guys, because by sharing that, we can all get stronger and make this planet a better place. Look at this beets. Beets is great for your heart. So we blend this guy up with the raw eggs from our chickens, fresh every day. I'm sorry, I'm just eating. And that's our breakfast as well. Some blended beets, some blended fruit, a little bit of agave syrup, and it's going on. Look at this cucumber, going mad crazy. And since we're right here, let me show you this guy. There's a pot right here, and the watermelon's growing, companion planting with another plant, and it's growing on this vine, and this is watermelon. I ain't playing. We're going to show you guys how it's done around here at La Casa del Blan. So yeah, you plant a 6-pack of strawberries, and now they're everywhere, all over the yard. Free food. Free food. Look. Free food. And it smells a little bit like catnip. You cannot beat it. I mean, you just plant some plants and some companion plants, and you ain't got to worry about it. So what happened is that these hornets, they eat grasshopper eggs. It's another reason. They do all my pest control. No pesticides. No cancer for me. At least I hope not. Plenty of other things to get cancer from. So here's that grapevine again. And, you know, look at all these grapes. I got birds and, you know, I'm the only one eating here. Wow, they're eating the pests. They're not eating my grapes. They're eating everybody's grasshoppers. So we planted that corn here, and you know, some of this corn didn't make it, but you know what, I got seed for next year. I might have failed in some people's eyes, but you know what, these are my children, and I'm gonna plant them next year, and they're gonna be like, Daddy, I love you. And we're only gonna get better every year, because we learn from our mistakes, and we learn how to take care of life better and better every year. So if you're not gardening, you're not learning on how to take care of life. You're not living life to the fullest. Each one of these are life. Each one of these are a seed, or little babies. As I put them in my pocket, my sperm bank, which is my pocket. And then you see this? This is carbon. This is worth more than money. And we seem to forget that. And does anybody know why carbon is so important and worth more than money? Because we are carbon-based organisms. So, without further ado, pest control. This guy right here, he is killing grasshoppers. They do the job for me. The microorganisms, like this roly-poly, he's doing his job. He's tilling the soil. He's leaving his mark. And you know what I get out of it? I get this guy. It might be a little guy, but he's mine. So if you take care of the planet will take care of you. This tree comes from my hometown, Manassas, and they make jams out of this, and this is one of the most healthiest berries. Cancer fighting. Tastes horrible. So those corn husks come over here, and it mixes in, and it makes my compost. And nothing gets better than this stuff. I mean, this is feeding the microorganisms, while people are spraying pesticides and killing the microorganisms. I'm feeding them, and then they're feeding me. Might be a little pumpkin, but it's my pumpkin. We got one more stop. Oh. Well, welcome to our last stop. We got peppers and tomatoes. And yes, this is a raised bed. And we also have our worm bin over here. And you've seen the past videos, there's holes in the 5-gallon bucket. The worms come in and out. I leave food in there for them. So it's, once again, a singularity process. And those worms are helping me. Look at this beautiful pepper plant. Look at this guy. Our cucumbers. Our Oklahoma tomato. This is called an Oklahoma tomato. And it turns more purple, but I'll eat them right now. And he's better than the other ones, I'm telling you. The flavor. And right here is some squash. And I picked the squash the other day, but I got some more coming. Look. And squash just keeps coming and coming. So I'm going to close out this video with you guys. And I hope you enjoyed my August garden update. And this is your boy Nonsense signing out from the garden. Fuego!